Hey, Derek, have you been surprised at all? I mean, here you guys hang 45 points in the first half. It seems like you didn't miss a beat with Coach Yursich. Were you surprised at all of your comfort level in a season opener?
Not really. I mean, he's a heck of a coach. He worked really hard over the quarantine to be able to make sure that we were prepared and ready to play when our game did come. So I think just being able to be comfortable with him and how we were able to like work with him through Zoom meetings and stuff, is part of a big deal for us to be able to be comfortable with him. So
We keep hearing energy and professionalism. Are there other words to describe him? Your early impressions?
yeah, those hit home. He's very professional. He brings so much juice to the table. It exhilarates us, and we play through him. You know what I mean? So he brings the juice, and we just are ready to play because he energizes us. So
Thanks.
Danny, you're up.
Derek, how has your transition gone this year? Obviously, you have some familiarity with the center position, but it's a little different practicing at it as opposed to actually playing every snap at it. How has that transition gone for you this season?
for sure, it's been different. I mean, I've played tackle a long. Used to play tackle for a while. So going to center for me, it's been good. I mean, I used to play it as like kind of like a emergency role. I need to move there, but now being the full-time guy and getting all the reps, it's been a transition, but I think I've really started to welcome the role, and I've enjoyed it because that's what my team needs. So I was happy to move there. So
Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, Derek, kind of going off of that a little bit. Have you reached out or kind of leaned on Shaq just in terms of maybe, tips, tricks, just kind of helping yourself get acclimated, obviously, because he was, that rock in the middle for you guys for such a long time?
for sure, yeah. No, Jack's one of my best friends. I talk to him daily. He definitely is like a mentor role for me. He definitely is giving me tips and things that I can do to help better my technique. If I do have a bad play, like I'll just text him like, "Hey, what do you think about this? If I got beat on this or something like that." You know what I mean? So he definitely has been a mentor, and he's a heck of a player, and he knows a lot about football. So I would say for sure that he has been a mentor to me, like moving to transitioning to center.
Kirk, you're up.
Derek, what's next for you? Fullback, linebacker, what quarterback? What's next for you?
Whatever the team needs, you know what I mean? Hopefully quarterback, you know what I mean?
You could give Sam a run for his money, right?
Exactly.
What do you feel like is your natural position, and what's been the hardest adjustment being full-time center?
To be honest, I'm good with it, whatever Coach Hand puts me at. I believe in him, and I believe everything he does and says. So I'm cool with whatever he has. So I don't really have a natural position. And what was the second part of that?
Unmute yourself, Kirk.
Is how does Sam say you're different from Shaq as a center that you guys had to get used to? How are y'all different?
For sure. Yeah, no, I have a little bit longer of arms. So like sometimes snapping will be a little bit different than Shaq. But I think from a mental and preparation standpoint, we're pretty much similar. So I think from that, we both have the same, like Shaq had a great relationship with Sam. I have a great relationship with Sam. So I think from that instance, we're pretty much similar, but there's been a little bit of adjustments, but not too much. So
Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, Derek, you guys were definitely moving faster against UTEP when the first team was in there, and I wonder, as the center, what has been told to you about dictating pace? Because you can't run the plays unless the center gets over the ball and snaps it, right? So what has been told to you about the importance of getting up and going?
Just get lined up and make your call and roll. You know what I mean? So just being able to control the pace and make sure we're right together, but make sure that we are on the same page as far as an offensive line group, because that's what it's all about. Just making sure that we go all in the right direction and have the right call made so that we can work together and work as a unit. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest deal for us.
Chip, you got a question?
Yeah, Derek, what couple things. What have you seen from Denzel Okafor and Christian Jones? And I think Herman said that, y'all could have imposed your will a little earlier in the running game against UTEP. Your response to that?
Denzel, yeah, he's a stud, man. He's got such long arms. He's so talented. He's really a freak of nature athletically. He's really got a lot of talent. So I think for him, he plays really hard. He's you got to use his arms to his advantage, and he does. So I think he's really grown in and flourished in his role at right guard. So I'm excited to see what kind of he brings to the table the rest of the year. And I've really enjoyed playing next to him. So, and then Christian's just grown up a lot. He's really excited me, and I'm really excited to see how he does the rest of the year, because he was young and he came in and really worked over quarantine, which was different, obviously different for everybody. This is different. So I think for him, it was exciting to see him come back and just see the transition and all the growth he had made over quarantine. So.
And in terms of the run game, what?
What'd you say?
Yeah, just was there anything in particular? Just getting used to each other? Or?
Yeah, we just got to control what we control, man. And just focus, and just whatever the play is called, we just got to execute to the best of our ability. So I think that's the biggest thing, just focusing on that exact play and just making sure we're doing our jobs in each and every play.
Hey, Jeff, go ahead.
Derek, as you've watched film of Texas Tech's defensive front, how tough is it to get kind of an accurate picture of what they're going to do, knowing how different what you guys do is from what Houston Baptist did? And do you have to maybe even go back and watch last year's game, since it wasn't that far in the past, to maybe get an accurate picture stylistically what they want to do?
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I think I've watched both games. I've watched Houston Baptist and last year's Tech game. And I think just being able to see the guys that we're going to face and just being able to kind of get a beat on them, it kind of helps when you get that first play. You kind of get your little jab in, just see how it is. And I think that's just a big thing, is just getting that first play over with when you do get in the game, to see kind of how he is, kind of how he's playing the game and stuff like that. So I think just being able to trust like what Coach Chan says about them, and like say what their moves are and stuff like that, is a big thing for us as an offensive line unit. So.
Steven, go ahead.
Derek, you've played guard, tackle, center. You've played everywhere on the offensive line. How did your coaches initially convince you to, learn all of these different positions? Were you told that this would really be the best opportunity for you or for the team? Or, what were those conversations like when coaches would ask you to learn all these different positions?
I honestly took it as like an achievement to be able to understand and learn every position. I was pretty excited to be able to know that I know like tackle, guard, and center. And I think when Coach Han came up to me and told me I was moving to center, I was all about it, because he said that's what's best for the team. And just being able to know that he's got my best interest at heart. I believe in him and he believes in me. So when he told me I was moving to center, that I was cool with it and didn't really think much of it. So.
Said, go.
Yeah, Derek, I asked Sam this earlier. What's your craziest fan story from Lubbock in your travels there? And also, how crazy will it be to see that place 25% capacity?
Yeah, it'll be different. Tech was always kind of a really fun place to play. The tortillas are obviously a really fun experience. Like it's different though. Obviously, it's gonna be at 25%. So I don't know if that means only 25% of the tortillas will be thrown or what, but it's gonna be exciting just to see. They're always a rowdy atmosphere, so it's always been fun to go play there and kind of see what that fan base brings. So I'm excited just to see what this weekend has in store. So
We got 3 questions left in the queue. We can roll through those. So go ahead, Danny.
Derek, I asked Sam about this a couple weeks ago, but could a little bit about your relationship with him? You guys are the only 2 offensive linemen, Cosme, in that 17 class. You guys are captains now. And then secondly, gave you a little grief last year about your Chipotle love. What's your biggest pet peeve of his?
What my biggest pet peeve about what is?
About Sam Cosme. What's your biggest pet peeve that he does?
Sammy and me got a great relationship. We're roommates, best friends. We came in together, obviously. We've just kind of been through the grind together and just had our backs against the wall together and just gotten through it. So I think just our relationships has just continually to grow. So it's been exciting to see all the achievements that he's been able to accomplish, as he's an excellent player. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. My biggest pet peeve about Sammy, is sometimes he doesn't clean his room, and I like to have all my stuff clean. Is pretty much it. I mean, we work together pretty well as roommates though, so it's been enjoyable to live with him. So
Chip, you're up.
Derek, what can you tell us a little bit about Jake Majors? What's impressed you about him, and what you like most about center, and what is the hardest aspect about center?
for me, Jake has done an excellent job. He's really understood the offense. He's a really intelligent kid. He came in and it was almost like he got the playbook down pretty fast, which was really impressive. And I think it just shows how smart of a kid he is, because he really has a talent and understanding of the game. So I think that's really exciting. Yeah, for sure. And for center, I really have enjoyed the transition. I think it's a lot different in the run game, because you're obviously right in the center of everything. So I have enjoyed that. And just the difficult transition is just in pass protection. Just there's a different angle you have to set at tackle compared to at center. So
Got time for one last one. Go ahead, Kirk.
Yeah, Derek, on the same line of questioning about the freshmen, how many of the other freshman linemen played against UTEP, and how advanced are they as far as being able to really contribute valuable minutes?
for sure, Andre Carrick played as well. He's done a good job. He's came in. He's a tough offensive lineman. He really enjoys the game of football, which is awesome to see. So I think he's kind of taken on the part of this culture of being physically tough and stuff like that. So I think it's just been exciting to see him like accept the culture as so young. You know what I mean? So I've been excited to see his growth throughout the season, and just watch him continue to get better is going to be exciting for me. So.
And who's the meanest offensive lineman?
Shoot, we're a tough group. I think it's all of us. So
Not one meanest that you'd want in the alley with you?
nope. Oh, all of us. We want all of us together. So
Thanks, Derek.
yeah.